So, well, I've just about recovered, viewers. If you've not seen the last two episodes, go watch those first. All right, let's have a chat. Hello then, gang. Welcome back to Glory Hunter with me. The Glory Hunter. What a name. What a name for the series. First season was good. First season was great. So there we have it then. 2 seasons at Dortmund. No trophies won. Inter Milan was relatively successful. We did well there. I now have a 4th, 3rd, 5th and 2nd next season. It's 1st or 6th, viewers. So that's the situation. And really, there are 2 conversations to be had. Do we stay at Borussia Dortmund and fight on the good fight? Is this our best chance of winning things in the Bundesliga? I don't know. I think it probably is. But there's a little bit of doubt, viewers. There's a little bit of doubt. Sneaking in there. It's making me wonder. Look, we've got one of the best strikers in world football at the moment. Andrea Belotti has had quite the season there with his 31 goals. And actually, if we go to our inbox, we can see there then that is the best 11 from this season. Not many too surprises. Actually, I say best 11 for the season. Best overall 11, including years, of course, that I wasn't here. A few players not making it in yet, like of Leon Bailey and Bale, of course, not quite there yet. And the central midfield largely dominated by players that have been here for 3 years. Royce, Weigl, and Witzel, of course. So, yeah, look, Belotti's worked his way in there. Of course he has. It's the best season I've had a striker have on Football Manager for quite some time. Looking extremely good there. Look, what we do next season, that's still up for debate. Let's, though, first take a look back at the season we've just had. It's not a season without positives and without things that we can take. And, of course, now there has to be a conversation about whether we leave or whether we do a 3rd year. Of course, we did 2 years at Inter. We then left Inter for things that we felt were achievable. Maybe going back there, looking at Serie A, who knows? Or moving to, of course, the 3 countries that we have not yet touched. We have 20 years. 4 years are gone. 16 years remain. We still need 5 league titles. Right then, you can see here then, Borussia Dortmund's end of season awards. Andrea Belotti bossed it. Of course he did. Dani Olmo, Julian Brandt, not too far behind. I'd have thought Brandt would have had more, actually. We'll talk about all the goals and assists across the team in a moment. But 10 goals, 10 assists. Really, really good from him. Paul Carr, young player of the season. I got to choose that award. So, yeah, no surprises as to why he got it. And goal of the season goes to Tien Koopmeyers against Fortuna Dusseldorf. Shall we take a look at it? I mean, why not? Let's see what happened. It was from a deep area. I can't actually remember it. So we'll see it here then. Where can we identify him? I'm sure he's around here somewhere. I feel like it might be a volley. I guess we'll see. Abel Ruiz plays it to him on the edge of the box. And that's our goal. Well, that sums it up, really. Right, moving further forward. Runners up then in the Bundesliga. Quarterfinal defeat to Villa, who I assume didn't win it, did they? No, they lost to Manchester United. The winners of this competition. Has it been decided yet? I don't think it would have done. No, Fiorentina or Manchester United. All the other divisions finish a lot later than we do. Do you know what, the more I think about this, the more I think staying at Dortmund for 1 more year is right. And maybe if by halfway through the season it's not going brilliantly, we look to switch. We've got 16 years left to win the Europa League. You would think we would be able to do it in 16 years. It's whether we can go and win those the international. Oh, good God. I'm having a midlife managerial crisis, viewers. That's what's happening after 4 years of this. They want to talk about the club vision. I'm very happy with the way things are going at the moment. End of next season, win silverware. Yes, please. That would be perfect, really. And of course, dropping into the Europa League wouldn't be dreadful either. I'm going to tell them that I want to win the title next year. They agree. And if we're going to do that, we're going to have to spend big money to make sure we're capable of doing so. £120 million of transfer budget. Look, there's going to be moves in and out of Dortmund if we remain. Obviously, if we leave as well, that will happen. Paul Carr is here for another year. We know that already. And some of these players I've really grown to enjoy. That's part of the problem now. Belotti, Brandt and Bailey, triple Bs up front, have been incredible. Andrea Belotti's not here to assist, but 32 goals in a league season. And I will continue in this video further so we can take a look at all the other leagues and see how they finished. But Brandt and Bailey there, 14 goals apiece, 12 and 11 assists respectively. Dani Olmo in there, 6 goals, 8 assists. Para not too far behind. Gareth Bale. Look, people Thought the Bale transfer was a bit daft, let's face it. But in Europe, he did quite well for me. It's a shame it doesn't really showcase it there necessarily. It was probably better on the screen before, if we're honest with ourselves. You can see there that 4 goals, 7 assists, 8 starts, 14 substitute appearances. I would call that a pretty decent impact sub. Paul Carr did decent as well. Alcacer got some goals for us as well here and there. Dominic was decent. I think the defence is a question for me. We have to make that better going into next season. The likes of Akanji, I think he's fine. He can definitely be here next year. Batella as well. But Ali Kamara, I feel like his time might have kind of come to be moved on. There's a few other players in there as well. Nacho's someone I'd quite like to keep around, but I think a real brilliant defender, maybe one of the boys from Inter that we had that I know are very, very good. The Fridge is there, of course. We could maybe look at him, depending on how they finish their season. It's interesting because I feel like we're very close, and I feel like the way in which we lost it last episode, that was the pain of it. Oh, we should have done it. How many points did we get last season, just curiously? So 59, so we improved. Would have won the league last season, ironically, had we been a part of it. Those 10 draws, though, I did say it at some point this season, we were drawing too many games, and that is inevitably what's cost us 10 draws in the league. That's a lot. How many did you again last year? How many did we draw? Yeah, not even close. 5 draws last year, but 11 defeats. This year, we're one of the better sides. We deserve to be in the Champions League, no doubt about it. But this was the year we should have won the league. This was oh my word, the Hertha Berlin game. That was the game. That was the moment I kind of deep down knew it wasn't going to happen. Whatever game, whatever. And then the game against Bayern was just weird. Like at the time, I was so focused on what was happening at Hertha Berlin, I almost forgot to. Like, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. You've watched it by the time I'm recording this, so I don't know. But I assume lots of you think, Ben, why don't you change more? Why don't you do more? Why don't you bring on another sub? Why don't I bring on Ruiz or Dominic or someone to try and change it in forward areas? Maybe get rid of Koopmeyers and bring an attacking midfielder on. Obviously, that all makes sense now, but in the moment of recording, like, I hope you appreciate these videos are as live as they can be. Those 3 games were done in sequence with one another without me taking a break halfway through or anything. Like, it just happened, and I was caught up in the madness of it. I think that's partially why I love it and why you like watching it. Like, that's just the way I play the game. Heart on the sleeve sort of stuff. Anyway, right, we're going to continue. We're going to get to the end of the Champions League final. That will then conclude all of the league tables that have happened. Of course, I'm expecting there to be some sackings, and that will play a major part on what we do here at Dortmund. If I have the opportunity, for example, to go to PSG. Now, PSG is a team we've not really spoke about too much. I don't necessarily know how their league table looks. I think they've won it, but it's the managerial situation. If, for example, Valverde there left Paris Saint-Germain, to go to Paris Saint-Germain, it could be a case there. I go to Paris Saint-Germain, I win the cup in the league and I leave. And that one season, Paris Saint-Germain, done. Right? They're so good comparatively to everyone else in the league. I feel like with the squad that they've got, that would be a real treat for us. Italy is interesting at the moment. The league in England has been won. Chelsea and Arsenal are 2 teams to miss out. So if we're going to move to a side we think are capable of winning the Europa League, those are our options right now. Real Madrid finished 15 points of Atletico Madrid. Again, another side that are very, very capable of winning league titles as well as the Spanish Cup, but not in the Europa League. And again, we've got years to win it. We can't worry about that too much. Zebra, another one, could be, look like they are. Yeah, they're going to be a Europa League side next season. We'll see if Guardiola stays in the job. Again, as we continue further forward, look how many things we did that were good. Brandt creates a new record of assists. Belotti, player of the matches. Livakovic, clean sheets. Like, we could have... Oh, we should have. I'll remember this Dortmund season for a long old time. Sometimes it doesn't go my way. That's the reality of it. And I've said before in Football Manager, you've got to have the lows to experience the highs. We had some incredible highs in that first season. It's the highs I never... Bayern have sacked Brian Laudrup. It's interesting because is there an argument to say that Bayern Munich's squad is better than mine? You're damn right there is. Like, it's very, very good. They've got Timo Werner. Will they come a-calling for me? You never. They might do. You know, that's the sort of thing that happens in Germany quite a lot. Managers from German rivals. I've just got 3 achievements in the Steam Workshop there. Belotti wins Footballer of the Year, Players Player of the Year, and top goal scorer. Olmo gets Best Rookie. Koopmeiners is there as well. I'll congratulate the boys on these awards. I should really. Belotti's done brilliantly, to be fair. He's won all sorts going on there. Is there anything else I can congratulate? I think he did it for all of it. Belotti, Nissen Christiansen. Bleep it out, Editor Ben. Is he in there? Pissed. Shut up. I mean, I feel like I should have some more players in there, but I don't know. That was Borussia Dortmund's Players Named the Team of the Year, Bundesliga Team of the Year. And then there's a Players Team of the Year, which is just identical. The fact, okay, how have I lost the league? Okay, yeah, it's fine. It's not fine. I'm so annoyed. The Champions League final, I think, is on the 6th of June. So I'll scoot forward, but again, if anything comes up, then I'll talk about it. I've just seen something in the news section. Oh, for God's sake. United have just sat their manager. Solskjaer finally has been let go. I've just seen that Inter, by the way, have done the double. Oh, it just makes me sick, to be honest. I've left Inter Milan, and they've won the league in back-to-back seasons. I should have stayed one more year. Oh, no. It's just so painful. They might be like the best team in the world. It's so bizarre. I mean, Atletico aren't bad. And yeah, say City win it. United, they're the other question mark in all of this. I mean, team-wise, they're not as good as Bayern Munich, in my opinion. So it kind of comes down to that. It would be a chance to go and win the Champions League, experience a different division. There's options everywhere, really. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won the Europa League with Manchester United and then got sacked. It's just a very interesting situation. Steve Ashley's there, one of the best 16-year-olds I've ever seen on Football Manager. He's extraordinarily good. He's as good as players I've got in my first team. That's how good he is already. Decisions. Decisions, viewers. And of course, I want to know your thoughts. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Conrad wants to talk about a new contract, bless him. I kind of want to offer him one. I kind of know that if I leave, I want to buy him. He's got a year left. It's a weird situation, viewers. I will offer him a new contract. I think he deserves it. I also think there's certain players I would like to be at Dortmund for a while, and he's one of them. He deserves that contract there. You can have that. I feel like based on what he did for me last season, and the fact he'll be a starting left back for me next year if I'm here, Rika's going to be sold probably. Arsenal, keen on signing Andrea Belotti. No, not right now. I mean, I'm still very raw, but we are back in the Champions League. The clientele that we'll be able to attract now as manager of Dortmund as a Champions League team, as a team back in that sort of title contention. We weren't there last summer. That was a problem of last summer. But people said, go and spend the money, Ben. But actually, in terms of player quality, we couldn't attract some of the big names that I know I'm going to be able to attract this summer if we stay here. Atalanta, Sevilla. Now, Sevilla's interesting because they're going to be back in the Europa League, aren't they? And they've got some good players. Some good players coming through. Some good youngsters as well. Look at Jose Camacho there. He looks decent. That number doesn't really shout like he's amazing, but he looks good to me. Belotti gets a call up from the main man, Gianpiero Raimondi. Sorry. It's a zebra thing, in case you're confused. Belotti linked with switch to zebra. I mean, if they come in and bid like 120 million for Belotti and allow me to go and buy an incredible striker as a Champions League team, then maybe we'll talk about it. But 70 million, that's never getting it done. I don't care if I got him on a free. It's never getting it done. Look at the goals he scored. Dani Olmo, who is apparently the best player in Spain, as we looked at, he was one of their key players. He's not even getting called up because of me. Should be ashamed of myself, really. Should be ashamed of myself. There are like 4 teams that I know that I would go to. If they became available, I would drop almost everything at this point and just go. Liverpool, Manchester City, PSG, and probably still Barcelona ahead of Real Madrid. They're the teams I would go. But right now, they're not available at the moment. Of course, what's going to be interesting is to see who Manchester United hire, to see who Bayern Munich hire, and which jobs, as a result, become available from that. Or, of course, they'll go to the pool of managers currently without a club. If you're not doing a Glory Hunter save, I recommend doing it on some level. The amount of things, it's the time limit. The time limit is the thing that makes it interesting, because if I had just had forever, I would stay at Dortmund until I won everything and then move. The same with Inter. I wouldn't have been so keen to move, but because I knew I had to get everything done in a set period, and I was worried that the likes of Zebra would come back and climb towards me, and Milan would do the same thing, I didn't realise what was actually happening was I'd built the best team and was just shit at managing. You'd think I'd have realised that by now. So Inter have won that, then all these leagues are done. It's just a matter of who wins the Champions League out of Liverpool and Manchester City, and it's been done. Liverpool have won it. There it is then, 6-5 on penalties, Lautaro Martinez. See, I would love to go and play at Liverpool with Lautaro Martinez as part of their team. So Madrid have got Ancelotti back then. That has been done and decided. And I've just remembered, viewers, that means it's opened up a job. Somewhere else. Oh no. They've just won the Premier League. They are Premier League champions. And they need a manager. And I've just talked about the 4 teams that if they came a calling, I would pick up the phone, frankly. But it's Harry Kane. Me and Harry did not get on in my Spurs series. Manchester City. They're pretty good, viewers, is the summary. And they're at the right age as well still. They're still very good. Militao plays for them. Like, they've got... no, this is not what I wanted, really. I'm not a favourite for any of these jobs, interestingly. Although, Didier Deschamps is favourite for the United and the City job. I have to apply for this. I have to, because it's one of the big boys in England, and I can't not look at it. I can't not talk about it. I'm not going to comment on it, but I'd be stupid not to at least see what they would offer if I were to go. And the way Germany's gone, I'll have to come back. That's the... viewers, the mental turmoil of this is just bizarre. Like, the fact I'd have to come back is the thing. Like, I'm going away. Essentially, let's face it, gang, you're thinking it. I'll have wasted 2 years in Germany building a squad in this Dortmund team that I know if I leave will probably win the league. That's the life I'm living right now. But do I go and conquer England with a team like Manchester City that I know is ready to win the league, that have just won the league? If they'd offered me the job, of course, we have got to take that into account as well, Ben. Maybe you won't. Maybe they've seen this and they'll say, well, actually, no, you're cocking it up. And this is the conversation that I could have. And in previous saves, I've had off video, and I'm now having on video. So I hope you enjoy me talking you through basically what is my entire mindset. They've got a play called Beat Di Stefano. I love that. I love everything about that. Milan have got a great player name there. West Ham are bidding for Livakovic with frankly embarrassing sums of money. So what would you do? What would you do if it's you? What do you do at this point? Do you go for that City job? Do you inquire about the Bayern Munich job? Do you stay at Dortmund for one more year? What do you do? I'm going to end it there. I want to know what you do. I'm going to wait to see what you all say, and then we will decide together. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts, and I will be with you again for more Glory Hunter. The story continues. Is our time at Dortmund over? And is City too good to turn our nose up at? I'll see you again next time. Goodbye. Why did I come up with this as an idea for a series? This is so painful.